Hey, sweetie, this is Michaela. Today I'll continue telling you the story of Mia's family. I'll keep updating it for you. Remember to check in every day, okay? Chapter 13. Breaking Through the Lighthouse Barriers. Mia's family rode the enlarged Gryphon and quickly flew towards the top of the lighthouse. Sammy clung tightly to Mia's arms, and Fiona flapped her wings nervously as she flew along with the Gryphon. As they approached the top floor of the lighthouse, a powerful energy wave hit them, making the Gryphon's flight a bit unstable. Jack hugged the Gryphon's neck tightly and shouted, "Hold tight, everyone. This is getting rough." Finally, they successfully landed on the platform at the top of the lighthouse. In the center of the platform, a huge crystal ball emitted a soft and mysterious light, and the artifact was placed on top of the crystal ball. However, around the crystal ball, there was a circle of rotating sharp blades. These blades sparkled with a cold light and spun rapidly, forming an impassable barrier. Mia carefully observed the rotation pattern of the sharp blades and found that they seemed to move in a complex rhythm. She tried to find a flaw in it, but for a moment, she had no clue. At this time, the Gryphon let out a low cry, as if reminding everyone to pay attention to something. Looking in the direction of the Gryphon's gaze, they found some tiny symbols engraved on the edge of the platform. These symbols were somewhat similar to those they had seen on the inner wall of the lighthouse before. Jack had always been puzzled by the change in his injured eye. He wasn't sure if he really had the ability to see through things. At this moment, looking at those symbols, he said to Martha with a hesitant vibe, "Darling, do you think there will be any instructions under this slab that can help us break through this barrier?" Martha and Mia looked at him strangely, not understanding why Jack would suddenly have such a guess. However, since there was no other way, everyone decided to follow Jack's suggestion. Martha took out her tools and carefully opened the slab at the position Jack pointed to. Sure enough, another set of symbols appeared under the slab, and it had some subtle connection with the symbols on the edge of the platform. Martha took out her tools to analyze the symbols and quickly came to a conclusion. These symbols represented an ancient rhythm and might be related to breaking through the sharp blade barrier. Jack looked at those symbols and tried hard to recall the knowledge he had learned when studying ancient Greek culture before, trying to turn the symbols into an actual rhythm. After several attempts, Jack finally found the rhythm pattern corresponding to the symbols. He gestured in the air according to this rhythm and hummed the beat softly. Magically, as he moved, the rotating sharp blades began to change slightly. Their speed seemed to slow down a bit, and the gaps between them also increased slightly. Seeing that this method worked, Jack focused more on controlling the rhythm. Mia seized the opportunity, hugged the harp of the artifact, and quickly shuttled through the gaps of the sharp blades. Sammy stared nervously at the sharp blades around her and Mia's arms, and Fiona cheered for Mia in the air. Just as she was about to reach the crystal ball, suddenly, the rotation speed of the sharp blades increased sharply, and the originally enlarged gap instantly became smaller. The corner of Mia's clothes was cut by the sharp blade, and she almost got hurt by it. The Gryphon saw this and immediately spread its wings and flew to Mia's side, using its wings to block the sharp blades for her. At the same time, it let out a loud cry, as if asking for help from the other members. Martha hurriedly ran to the edge of the platform, checked those symbols again, combined with the hidden symbols found under the slab, and readjusted the rhythm. Martha quickly followed the rhythm of the newly discovered symbols and worked with Jack's movements. The two of them jointly produced a strange rhythm. With their efforts, the rotation rhythm of the sharp blades was disrupted again, and a larger gap appeared. Mia seized this opportunity and made a desperate leap and successfully got the artifact placed on the crystal ball. The moment Mia got the artifact, the crystal ball shone brightly and the lighthouse began to shake violently. Jack shouted, "Hurry, we have to get out of here now." The family quickly rode on the Gryphon and flew out of the lighthouse. When they flew out of the lighthouse, they saw the lighthouse shining with colorful lights and then slowly returned to calm. Right after, Mia's family used the time travel device to return to modern times. With a flash of light, they returned to their warm home. As soon as they got home, the Gryphon curiously looked at this strange and new environment. It flew around the room excitedly and let out cheerful cries from time to time. Fiona followed the Gryphon excitedly, chirping as if introducing the home to it. Sammy wagged her tail happily and circled around everyone. The family sat around the living room, looking at the found artifact and recalling the adventure experience in ancient Greece, overwhelmed with emotions. They knew that each adventure made them more united and made them more curious about the unknown world. After a short rest and sorting, the family found an old book while sorting out the materials brought back from ancient Greece. The book recorded the legend of a mysterious island. It is said that there are important clues related to the artifact on the island, and there may be the next key artifact. This discovery made them realize that they were one step closer to collecting all 8 artifacts. The important task of whether Martha could stay in this time drove them to embark on a journey again, to explore the secrets of this mysterious island. After making full preparations in modern times, they are about to start a new adventure full of fantasy. Well, dear friends, that's where we'll conclude today's installment of the story. I truly hope you've been as captivated by it as I've been sharing it. If you've enjoyed this narrative so far, I'd be immensely grateful if you could show your support by hitting that like button. And here's a little tip for you to never miss out on the upcoming exciting chapters. Simply activate the subscription bell. In this way, you'll be promptly notified when I bring you the rest of this enthralling story tomorrow. So, stay tuned.